Welcome to Garage Sales Unhinged.
where the characters are as quirky as the finds.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jake.
Join us as we dive into the wild world of garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, and anywhere secondhand sales are happening.
From bizarre bargains to hilarious haggles.
You won't believe the stories we've got lined up.
Let's get unhinged.
What's something from high school that you were very proud of, doing, participating in, having happened? What's something you're very proud of? It doesn't have to be academic, it can be. Maybe it's sports, maybe it's just social, maybe it was just something that happened in that time in your life that you're fine with people knowing about.
This definitely feels like giving myself a pat on the back, and that feels weird.
Yeah, you haven't done that at all in this podcast. Yeah.
Not in this episode yet. Jeez, let me
we're
warm up to
30
it.
seconds in. You're right.
Okay, so I will say, I think throughout my high school career, that I was never in a clique, but I feel like I was friends and I had friends in like various different groups of people. So like I was friends with the jocks, I was friends with the nerds, I was friends with like teachers' aides. I don't know, like just all the different groups of people. Cause I mean, I still hear it to this day of like, oh, Julie was so nice to me in high school, or like, she was friendly and, looked out for people. So like, I think that's the thing. Like I didn't belong to one clique, and that like I had a tight friend group, but it wasn't like I was excluding other people from engagement and communication.
Yeah, you could jump those imaginary fences.
Yeah.
You just alluded to something, and I kind of want to like go a little further, if you don't mind. You said you still hear it today. Like more and more people are saying it, and it's truer and truer. People are saying Julie was good with everybody. Explain that.
Well, not today, but like, so whenever our parents were selling our childhood home, there was a couple my age they had moved in across the street, and our dad went to like go talk to him or chat to him or something. And apparently I graduated high school with this guy, and he
Okay.
was like, oh, Julie was so nice and like
Oh,
very welcoming and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, that makes me feel
wow,
good.
that's really nice.
And,
So
and
like,
even whenever I talk to like some high school friends today, it doesn't happen all the time, but they're like, yeah, it was just, I was easy to like connect with and talk to back then. Today, don't call me.
yeah, right. I mean, at some point, like hearing from somebody from back then is just weird and
Yeah,
probably not okay.
no.
Yeah. Well, I asked because came across a news item that was kind of local to our area the other day.
Okay.
So uh, somebody from Rowlett,
Yeah.
that area, a suburb of Dallas, was traveling internationally, and they were in Japan, and we're in a vintage shop. And looking around, taking it in, like you can imagine what you're doing when you're in Japan. Like,
Eating sushi,
oh man, hell yeah. Like,
ducking my head, walking into doorways.
yeah, probably. um, but they go to a vintage shop and they're like, hey, let's see what's up. And looking through the clothing rack, they come across a letter jacket from their high school.
What?
Yeah. Letter jacket from Rowlett High School. You can picture it. It's a letter jacket. It's got the leather, it's got the fuzzy, and it's got the big R on it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow. And so they're taking pictures of the thing. They're not going to buy it. I guess they could have bought it, but like it was way, way expensive. So they're taking all of these pictures of it and posting it on the socials.
Wait. You said it was way expensive.
Incredibly expensive.
Should I take my letter jacket to Japan and sell it?
Yeah, well, I'll go a little more into the story, and you can figure it out from there. So come to find out, like through looking at various marks and details on the jacket, they figured out exactly whose it was.
Oh.
So somebody that graduated. What?
Sorry, I'm like imagining like a CSI episode of like
Yeah.
running DNA and finding hair fibers and
Yeah, like zooming in
yeah.
on like the band, insignia on the jacket. Enhance,
Enhance. Enhance.
enhance. Damn it! There's no time. Um, all this AI bullshit. They should just be making an enhance button. Just give
Oh,
us
that's what AI was.
a big glowing green enhance button, and everything I'm looking at, I should just hit that button, and it gets better and better and better.
Hold on. Now I just want to create an AI tool that all you do is like you upload a picture and you just keep hitting the enhance button
Mhm.
and AI keeps building the image for you.
Right. Probably make a lot more money that
That's
way.
going to end up in a trial, like in court somewhere, and be like, listen, it was a joke. Please don't do
Yeah.
this.
I think that's where it's all going to go. If there's a God in heaven. So they figured out the jacket. They found the owner. Like, wow, it came from this year, not too long ago. The jacket was in a resale shop in the States, and the owners of that shop, they became part of the news story. Oh wow, this crazy thing happened. How did Rowlett jacket end up in a Japanese vintage store? Um, the owners of the U.S. shop said that yeah, occasionally somebody from that part of the world, they're wholesalers. They come in and they buy up a lot of stuff because they can get it much cheaper over here. They take it back over there and they sell it. It's like genuine leather, all this crazy stuff. And it's from this exotic part of the world and it's part of their weird ass culture. And like, oh yeah, this is crazy. I love it.
Sorry. Exotic part of the world, Rowlett, Texas.
Yes. I mean, like, for a lot of the world, Texas is a fairly exotic and bizarre and kitschy place.
I would agree with that. We
Yeah.
are. We
Yeah.
are.
Yes, quite.
I will say, whenever I was visiting friends in Australia several years ago, one of the guys was going to be heading over to Fiji as just like a weekend trip type thing, and I was like, "You're just going to go to Fiji for a weekend trip?" And that's whenever they explained to me, like going to Fiji for Australians is like us going to Mexico from Texas, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Right.
Like one of the guys was like, he kept losing his flip-flops on the beaches of Fiji, so he had to keep buying new flip-flops everywhere he went.
Are you planning a garage sale, yard sale, or estate sale and need some help? Look no further than Garage Sale Supply. They provide top-notch resources and expert advice to help you host the perfect sale. From pricing tips to promotional strategies, they've got you covered. Visit garagesalesupply.com and make your next sale a success.
So this whole thing was like, hey, that's like not a huge mystery as to how this item from this really kind of small suburb of Dallas ended up in some Japanese vintage shop for like 3x,
Yeah.
the price. But that gets me to the question: what's something that you would like really hate for someone to have dredged up from that period of your life and it show up on the other side of the world? And somebody goes, wow, how interesting to find this. And they take their pictures and they're posting on social and they're doing their online research and like it belongs to her. What would you hate? Like, what's something that you would hate for somebody to find?
It's not from high school, it's from middle school.
Okay. Well, let's have it.
And it's any of my school pictures where I had a perm and I tried to do the high bangs with like the hairspray. Cause like those are mortifying pictures. Why did our mother let me leave the house like that? It
Maybe
was,
it's because you insisted on it.
well, I saw a lady at a bar the other night. I was in DC for work. And I saw a lady across the bar and she had my hairstyle from middle school and I got PTSD. I was like, "Oh, honey, no, 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 you can't do that."
You like approach her and go, "How could you do this to me?"
Like,
When
how
you
much
left the
hairspray
house tonight, you harmed me.
how much hairspray did you pack or did you use to do that? Because I know how much it took me.
You took
But,
an Aqua network.
honestly, I know that there's photos that show up on the dark web and all that stuff, but it's also people that they try to go from modeling jobs, and there's nothing salacious about the pictures that they take, but then someone takes their head and then puts it on a not safe for work image,
Right.
and then they use that in other parts of the world and stuff like that. But part of me is going like, if someone were to take my middle school picture, and there's a Simpson episode where like Homer finds his face onto like a detergent box
Yeah.
from, I think it's
It's a
Japan.
sparkle. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, if someone were to take my face from middle school and put it on some type of advertisement, and people would be, and also like in one of these middle school pictures, I think at some point I was missing a tooth, but I was like, oh, it's so bad. So bad.
Yeah, you do kind of hope those two things kind of offset each other.
Yeah.
You know, maybe people will focus in like the general nose and eye area. The hair is up here, the gap in my teeth down there. Let's focus on the eyebrows. I really, really locked in on the eyebrows last night.
Yeah. But like going to like the high school era, Julie, hey, I will say, like, it would be kind of embarrassing because we didn't really like our tennis uniforms that we had to wear for tournaments,
Why's
but
that?
they were supplied by the school. So, like, it's whatever the school had, and that's what we wore. And they were
What
kind
did
of,
you not? What did you not like about them?
there were newer fashions at the time.
Oh, okay.
And this was like old school. And
Look,
like, and also like somebody the year before had worn it. Like, it was,
mm,
yeah, like
yeah.
it was all clean, but, uh, but if someone, again, running the CSI DNA and going, Julie and 6 other girls wore this thing, and I'm like,
Enhance.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Because I want to say, like, so we graduated late 90s, and our uniforms were probably from the early 90s, if that gave you like a reference of how
Yeah.
scratchy and uncomfortable they were.
Like the most you could hope for from the white parts of it would be clearly off white.
Very much off white. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? What from that era, if someone were to like, if it were to end up in an overseas vintage shop and asked a lot of money for it, you would be like, hold on, wait a minute.
Never had a letter jacket. I
They're
mean, I did you have one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I hung out with all the good people. Yeah.
Jake, I was a smart nerd that happened to make varsity tennis. I think my senior year. I don't think I was on it. Maybe I was on it junior year. But I was like, my letter jacket was for academics.
I think I could have gotten one either like football or academics, but and like I started like I didn't want one, but like our parents were like, you gotta get one. And I started looking through the catalog, going, okay, well, add this crap to it, add that crap to it, tick all these boxes, not realizing that was like increasing the price.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, go nuts. Yeah, let's put tassels all down the sleeves. Can I get a clown horn on there? Can I get like the flower that squirts water?
Jacob's got a Letterman jacket with the fringe.
It needs to be like a leather cape. And then I saw like, okay, here's what it's gonna cost. Like, oh, I just don't want one. Forget it.
Yeah.
You know. Never.
Well, and also in Texas, what do? You wear it for like legit wear it for maybe 2 weeks out of the year?
Maybe this time of year, and that's it.
Yeah, like you don't really need to wear a Letterman. And also, because we were stupid kids, you still wore your Letterman jacket year round. You just sweated underneath it profusely.
I think for me, it'd be like middle school also. It'd be the jacket I wore year round regardless. Like you just said. Because I was like, I had like body dysmorphia and I wanted to hide. And so I wore this giant bulky jacket with a black faux sheep wool collar, and it was denim jacket, black faux sheep wool collar. Probably didn't smell great.
No, it didn't. I can s- Again, I'm getting PTSD right now. You're explaining
Sorry.
it like it did
Yeah.
not smell good.
Yeah, between me and Aquanet lady over here. Sorry.
Aquanet lady sounds like a superhero. I'll take it.
Aquanet lady. Uh, that'd be bad to show up because honestly, I think I wore that thing with enough regularity and in the enough wrong conditions that they probably could just enhance button twice and find enough DNA that they could trace it back to me and go, he was going through it.
Do you think like overseas vintage shops, like as their shoppers are going through things, do you think they sniff the sheep's like, oh, this smells like American boy?
I really appreciate the accent that you went for there. I think that was really cool that you did that. Um,
I didn't do a strong any type of country accent. I just tried to do something different than the
you
one
know,
I
the
got.
best thing you can do when you're trying to do an accent, just go pirate every time.
Arr.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
smelled like American boy.
it do
Arr.
be smelling like it was dragged from the sea 3 days ago, It's like, "That's your Japanese?" Like, "Yep,"
Yep.
but it's not good. Um, yeah, I mean, like you and I go to a vintage shop, and even if it's not the most exotic stuff, you still like, "Is it fresh? Did they launder this?" You know? So, yeah, no, interesting kind of, story that came up recently about how small the world can really be, which I think is kind of a nice reminder in light of all the stuff that makes the world seem far too large. Cool to think that somebody's, you uh, Goodyear-ish type giveaway could show up across the world with a kind of 3-4x markup and have a lot of really great appeal to somebody that finds it really charming.
Well, now I'm thinking about like how can I collect several Letterman jackets, put them in my large check-in suitcase, and go to Japan and just pay for my Japanese trip with reselling to vintage shops.
Honestly, like that's a great point. If you're gonna make an international trip and you got stuff you want to get rid of, holy crap. We need to talk about that on a different episode.
Yeah.
You got stuff you want to get rid of and you're gonna pay a baggage fee anyway, load it up in there.
Oh no, I don't pay package fees.
Oh, well, you have some kind of tip?
Get your status on your airline.
God. I don't know if we can handle any more flex in one episode. We've reached max flex capacity.
Again, in high school, I was a much better person than I am today.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody would get along with you now.
Yeah, no. Now I'm like, listen, I sit in first class. Do not talk to me and do not look in my direction.
Look, I've been sufferable for a decent part of my life. Now it's time to be insufferable.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
That's what I got. Hey,
I love it.
you got a letter jacket. Go sell it to a pirate.
Yes. I don't know
Yar.
where to go with that, but I like it.
Yar.
Jake, I love this story. It was a good one. I appreciate you bringing it.
Yar.
Bye.